All right, I'm going to be doing the development of the transition piece between two pieces of square pipe. When they ask the question, they only want you to develop this portion over here. They're not wanting you to develop the two pieces of pipe. To start with, we're going to number this thing. I've got A, B, C, D, and 1, 2, 3, 4. That A, B, C, D is at the top over here. A, B, C, and D, and 1, 2, 3, and 4 on that line over there. Right. I'm going to start out, and I'm going to draw an XY axis in here just to get the idea behind the true lengths of these lines. For me to draw the development, I need to have true lengths going between A, B, C, and D. So my true lengths over here, I know that AB is a true length. Why? Because AB over here is parallel to the XY axis, therefore that is a true length. I've got BC as a point view over here. If it's a point view, I know that that is a true length over there. Same story over here, that the parallel line, therefore that's a true length. Point view, therefore that's a true length. And the same goes for 1, 2, 3, and 4. Those lengths over there, I can get off here because of the parallel lines and the point views. Right. What we also need to know is the true lengths between these lines A and B, A and 1. Okay. A and 1, I actually have a true length over here because A1 over here is parallel to the XY axis. I also have a true length between B and 2 because B and 2 over here is parallel to the XY axis, therefore that is a true length as well. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to draw a little graph to get all of the true lengths so that I can draw this thing. I start out and I take this measurement over here, which is the true height of the object. You can see my little graph forming over here, and I'm going to use the measurements that I get over here from my top view transferred across. So I take a measurement from A to 1. I take that across to my graph over here and I mark it off. I label it over here 1A. Take a line going from there to the top, and that length over there will be the true length. I can test that by just taking that measurement over there and transferring it over here, and as I said, that's also a true length. Why? Because A1 is parallel to the XY axis. Right. I'm going to draw all of these points, so from A to 1, from B to 2, from C to 3, and from D to 4. All of them, I take these measurements over here from the top view, so I'm just going to do this one from C to 3, say. I take it across here, I plant it down there, and I'll label this thing 3C, okay, so that I know what line I'm dealing with over here. Unfortunately, they normally don't give you enough space on the page to make your little graph over there, so you might need to draw that graph somewhere else. Obviously, just draw the line coming down over there and a line going across, get that height and place it on the graph. For me, I'm just going to take that off and I'm going to just place it up over here so that I can draw this thing in for you. Right, there it is. There's my little graph up there. I can now take those true lengths off and start drawing my development drawing. Right, I start out, I'm going to just draw a construction line, a very light construction line over here. And the first line that I need to use is this line A1. The reason why I'm using that is that they've told me that they want the seam to be between A and 1. Right, that's not a true length. That over there is a true length. And I could also get that off my little graph over there. So there's my distance, A1. I'm going to place that down. And I've got A at the top here, A and 1. Right. AB, that is a true length on my top view over there. I'm going to take a arc. Somewhere along that arc over there, I know B is going to happen. I'm going to take this distance from 1 to 2. I need to draw an arc over here between 1 and 2. Somewhere along that arc, I'll get a 2. Right. how do I know where 2 is going to occur on that arc? Just draw in this line from A to 1 so I don't get confused. Right, distance from A to 2. How do I get that? Well, I can take this distance from A to 2. I come along here, I mark that off, and I can get my true length between A and 2 off here. Come across to A over here, and I arc off over here, and I'll end up with 2 on that point over there. I can just draw that little dotted line between A and 2. That's a construction line, or they like you just to have some indication as to how you got that. And I can draw a nice dark line between 1 and 2. Right, I now need to find where B is. Do I have a distance between 2 and B? I've got 2. I need to take this distance over here off my top view. I can go over here, mark it off. There's 2B over there. Get that distance from my little graph over here. There's a true length from 2 to B. Place it at 2, arc off over there, and I'll end up with a line going between A and B and 2 and B. Right, the next thing that I need to find is the distance between B and C. So I take my pair of compasses and I measure off this distance. That's a true length between B and C. I go over here and I arc off a nice arc. Somewhere along that arc, I know that I'm going to have C. I need to get a true length distance between C and 2. I found C over there. I found 2 over there. I need to find C. Come across over here. There's my 2C over there. Take that true length distance off the graph. Go over here to 2. Mark that off. I now have a true length between B and C over here. And I've got that construction between 2 and C. Right. Found C. I need a true length distance between C and 3. There's C and 3. Go across here. C and 3, you can see I've marked it over there. Take the true length distance between C and 3 over here. There's C. And I'm going to make a nice long arc over there. I need a true length between 2 and 3. There's the true length of 2 and 3. Go to 2 and arc off over there, and I will find point 3. I can now draw a line going from C to 3 and from 2 to 3. Right, I now need a true length between C and D. Go across here. There's the true length of C and D. Make a little arc over there. I now need a true length distance between 3 and D. I take that distance over there from 3 to D. That distance is over there. 3 and D. Come across here. Measure off that true length distance. And I can now go from 3 to D. There's D on there. Draw that construction in between 3 and D. And I can draw in a line going from C to D. Right, once I've got that, I need to find the true length distance between 3 and 4. True length distance between 3 and 4. Make a nice arc. I need a true length distance between D and 4. Take this measurement off here. Go to there. See my D4 over there. Extend my pair of compasses to that true length distance over there. I go from D, arc off over there, and I'll have a true length distance between 3 and 4 and D and 4. Right, once I've got that, I need to get a true length distance from D to A. There's my true length distance from D to A. Go across here, make it a small arc over there. Somewhere along that arc, I've got A. I need a true length distance from 4 to A. Okay, there's 4. Take this measurement over here between 4 and A. Across here, mark it off over there. There's 4A. Extend my pair of compasses to where it says 4A. Go across over here to 4. Arc off over there, and I can find my A. Right, I can put in the construction going between 4 and A. They want to be able to see that. And I can draw in this line going between D and A. I now need a true length distance between 1 and 4. Extend my pair of compasses to 1, 4. Make a nice arc over here. Somewhere along that line, I'm going to have 1. I need a true length distance between 1 and A. I've got that over here. There's 1A. I can come along here, arc off, and I should have my development done. Note that I must always end up coming back to that seam. There's 1A over there, and there is 1A over there. That is the completed drawing.